One in the morning, so it won't be long. You won't let me help you long. I belong. Oh, yes, I will. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In the Know, Life, the Law, and Legacy, your go-to destination for empowerment and enlightenment. This is a show designed with you in mind, targeting the young men in our community and those who champion their success. Get ready to be armed with knowledge that's not just powerful, but practical. It's time to navigate the currents of life with confidence, legality, and a legacy in the making. Now, here's your host, attorney Mike Manning.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing out there? Good afternoon, Tulsa, and good afternoon wherever you're listening across Oklahoma and beyond. You're tuned into the In the Know Life, Law, and Legacy show on KBOB 89.9 FM. I'm Mike Manning, and I'm joined today by my favorite co-host and partner in everything that matters, Kimberly Manning.
Hey, I'm first today. What's up with that? Okay,
All right.
I like it.
You gotta switch it up sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
that too.
And I'm also joined today, I know y'all welcoming her back, the one and only Miss Robbins. Sons.
Hey, now.
Sansaray, as we call it, just sons. You know what I'm saying?
Good afternoon.
All
It's good to
right.
be here.
Hey, listen, today's show, I'm really hyped up to see where this is going to go because I know we have some great information for you. But today's show is all about, well, it's about three things. On the life portion, we're going to be talking about decluttering. Decluttering, okay? We're going to be talking about decluttering.
That is. It's very important.
Yes, it's very important. By the time we get finished, we'll understand. But we're going to be talking about decluttering the stuff in our houses and the noise in our minds. That's the life portion. Then we're going to look at the Senate hearings, y'all. I know everybody's been talking about Dr. Fauci, whatever. Every time I say it, he pronouncing it wrong anyway.
Oh, he pronounced his own name wrong. Okay.
Then we're going to look at the Senate hearings, and then we're going to talk about Dr. Anthony Fauci, and that's going to be the law portion. We're going to break that down, and boy, do I have some stuff to talk about there. Good. Y'all got to help me to stay on track because I might get stuck right there because I'm really kind of upset after I listened and watched that. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit upset. And then we're going to put the two things together and talk about the one thing that we all ought to be concerned about, and that is the legacy we're going to leave when all the clutter is finally cleared away and we've been laid to rest, all right? So we're talking about declutterization on the life. We're talking about the Senate hearings involving Dr. Anthony Fauci, and then we're going to put those things together and talk about a legacy at the end. All right, so we're going to set the tone off right. I don't know if I do this every show, but I decided that it's something that I need to do every show. I'm going to give you a scripture of the show.
Yes.
Proverbs 22:1, it says, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. A favor is better than silver or gold. And favor is better than silver or gold. Matthew 6:19-21, I just want to say this real quick. Do not lay up yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right, remember that. So where the things that we care about, where that is, that's where our heart's going to be. All right, here we go. So we're going to get right in. You know, at the beginning, I like to talk about the people that made everything possible. So we want to send a special shout out to KBOB 89.9 FM founder, Mr. Bobby Eaton. Everybody give Mr. Bobby Eaton a hand. Yes. Because of him, we're able to do these things. There are multiple shows on here, and I get to peek in on a lot of different ones from time to time. You know, we get to hear Mika in the morning. We get to hear Money Matters. We get to hear The Juice.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
And Mika's not here anymore, but that's all right.
And all these people, and I'm so sorry.
And don't forget the good music.
They all start when you start these people off. But anyway, the good music that happens. Amen. All right. Yes. So, Y'all, I'm old, dude. We appreciate that. Then we also want to talk about the folks that help us to keep the lights on. Who is that, Kim?
You talking about Max Wings,
Max Wings,
the
keeping it
crispy fried
crispy.
chicken and all that good stuff, like you said. I just want to say we really appreciate our patrons and all of our customers, and we consider everybody family. So we thank you guys. Thank you for bearing with us when we had the little hiccups. Things are back on the right track. And here's something else that's coming here. If you place an order online at www.maxwings.com, there's a $1.50 charge that is no longer going to be in existence, we hope, in the next week or so. And we have a brand new website coming up, so it'll be all nice and crispy and beautiful for you. So again, we thank everybody for choosing Max Wings, supporting our both locations at 782 East Pine Street, the original location, and also 1660 East 71st Street. There's a brand new sign out there on the inside that you need to go see. I was wowed by it. I saw it for the first time when Michael put it up. Oh my goodness, you got to go see it.
I gotta go see it.
It's beautiful. We really need it on the outside, but that's coming soon too. But anyway, Michael shut me up. So we are moving along. Thank you for supporting Max Wings, where the wings are the thing.
That's right.
First of all, anybody that know better know I can't shut her up. So I'm just saying, you stop spreading them rumors. That's how rumors get started. All right. Okay, so Kim, we want to get right into it. We're talking about the life portion. We're talking about decluttering, right? I want to set the tone a little bit before you get started in the talking about it. There are many things. I think I heard it from a guy Best when he said this. He said, listen, the clutter, those piles that we pass every day, that garage that we look at, those stacked up dishes, those clothes that's been folded up, these are really decisions that haven't been made.
That's right.
That's what it is. They're decisions that hadn't been made. So guess what? Your mind has to attach to those things. And so what happens is there are decisions that haven't been made all over, and it's a reflection of our lives.
Yeah.
Every time we see stuff that's not where it's supposed to be, we run into holding on to that because we're saying to ourselves, we're going to deal with that at some point.
Right.
And even though our brains aren't computers, when it's not hardware, whatnot, there is a fact that we do have limited space up here with what we can use and deal with. We have a limit, right? And the clutter, as this young man said to me, is what's keeping us from getting to what's really important. All right.
Yeah, but you know what is not only that, is there are some physical things that happen, because there's been some studies here. I was reading here, one of the universities did a study, because all of those things that are sitting out there, you may think you're
UCLA.
You may think you're not looking at them, whatever, but they are all competing for attention.
Yes.
And I can see that even when I'm working at my desk. I'll be doing something and I see something laying over here. Oh, I need to do that, and I jump over to do that. And so all these things are competing for your attention, even though you don't really realize it. So it's not a good thing to have all that. And then your mind, and it's not. Our mind is so powerful.
That's true,
right? And when we have stuff that's cluttered, your brain's turns to a point where it's like, okay, well, this is normal. I'm not gonna. That's why you don't feel like cleaning it up or getting, that's why you should never let it get that way in the first place, because your brain adjusts to like, okay, this is the way things are supposed to be, and then it becomes okay.
Right.
But I tell you one thing, and I'll be very transparent here, we have a lot of clothes we need to get rid of.
Same here.
Yes.
And so this wasn't necessarily cluttery, but ran out of space. And so on the top of our dresser, I'm gonna say it wasn't my clothes, on top of the dresser there were piles of folded up clothes on top of the dresser.
Right.
And so when you attack that, it's just like a whole different feeling coming into the bedroom when there's, that's cleared off. It's just that little thing, right? The room wasn't all messy or anything. It was just all of these stacked up clothes where they probably shouldn't be, or they probably shouldn't even be in the house, because we both need to kind of purge a little bit and get rid of some of the stuff. But it's a great feeling to come into a place that's just organized and neat.
Right.
It's almost like making your bed up every morning. You get up, stretch, make that bed up, go clean, watch mouth, whatever. And when I walk back into my room, just seeing that my bed is made up, my room looks kind of neat, it just gives you a feeling of
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you mentioned UCLA. They that clutter is.
Mhm.
They said it was related to high stress levels.
Yes.
So we
Oh,
don't think
wow.
about that. It's
Because there's when you know that you need to do something
Yes.
and you know that you've been putting it off, it weighs on you.
Mhm.
And when you know,
Mm-hmm. Amen.
I'm gonna be transparent too.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I just went ahead and said I'm gonna do some things. I
Yeah,
said
you did.
I
I
do
saw
not
it.
care.
Mm-hmm.
I finally put up this portrait, this piece of art that Kim had bought for our bathroom.
For the second
I
time.
finally put it up. Well, I put it up before, but then it came down. And I realized I had to put it up with nails or screws. And I finally took my time, went in and said, put it up. I finally went and took some rugs, real bulky stuff to the wash place because I didn't want to put it in my washing machine, and went
Right.
ahead and washed it and dried it and got it back. And I started, and those things are now off my list of
Mhm.
things to do.
Yes.
A couple months ago, I totally cleaned up the garage, and I see that it's so easy. I want y'all to remember a phrase. Here's a phrase.
You might have heard it. Mhm.
Don't put it down, put it away.
Yes.
In other words, so first thing, let's go back to the decluttering because I'm getting ahead of myself. The average household, here's a fun fact. The average household has over 300,000 things in the house.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I probably got a
I
little
said
more.
that I was saying to myself, that's got to be a lot. So, I started trying to do a little bit of quick math. Quickly, I got up to, if you count in the individual things quickly, I was like, oh my gosh, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Over 300,000 things in the house. All those things are competing for your attention. Now, listen, that means that we could go through and probably throw away 150,000 things and never miss it. But what's absolutely important is that we have a place for everything. And this is going to blow your mind. Totes don't count. When we're putting stuff in totes, all we're doing is taking the clutter,
Kicking
and
it down
putting it away.
Yes,
Kicking
that's
it down
true.
the road.
What they say,
Yeah.
kicking the can down the road. We're going to pick
Mhm.
that can up and throw it
That's
away.
what my storage looks like.
So why don't we declutter?
Yeah. And
That's
she
the question.
mentioned storage, and you're paying for that too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
so you're
yes.
paying to
Every
have all
year.
of this extra stuff.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
I don't know.
One of the main reasons they found out why we don't declutter.
Why?
One of the main reasons is we have a sentimental attachment to things that's unnecessary.
Mhm.
That's so true.
My daddy's shoes,
Mhm.
my mama dishes, and if these people are alive, you can ask them. But if they're not alive, I will guarantee you half the stuff we got such an attachment to,
Yes.
they would be like, child, if you don't get rid of that, get that out the way. And part of, and I was going to talk about this later, but this is a good time to jump into it. Part of what happens if you've ever had a loved one to pass,
Mhm.
and you had to go through their stuff and decide what to do with it,
Mhm.
decide if who's gonna get blah, blah, you will see this one of the hardest tasks. Sons, you and I, for a group of people we've been doing probate for
Yep.
their grandmother,
Mhm.
spent days cleaning and trying to decide what to throw away, what to
Yes.
give away,
I
what,
remember. Mm-hmm.
and it was totally unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
People who are very successful, they declutter. They keep things to a minimum. When you saw Steve Jobs, you saw one or two outfits.
Yeah,
Jobs.
that's
She
true.
got changed. She be on there. I like
Mhm.
Job because that's what the Bible say.
Ah,
You saw one. He gonna wear that long turtleneck, the
Mhm.
mock neck,
Yeah.
black. You see,
Jeans.
you see the Facebook guy, t-shirt,
Mhm.
pair of jeans.
Mhm.
We got stuff in our closet we hadn't worn in years. And what's
Yes,
the
I
thought
do.
that come to mind when you think about giving it away or selling it or donating? First thing, I'm like I said, be transparent. First thing come to my mind, I might need that.
Me. That's me.
and you ain't worn it in years.
Years.
Probably can't even fit it.
But I might need
That's
that.
true too.
Another thing we do is to say, well, I'm gonna take that. I gotta take that and get that altered.
Get it
'Cause
fixed.
I'm gonna bring them sleeves out. I'm going. Stuff that you'll never get to.
Yeah.
And it's just occupying space. How can you have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear? That's how.
Ain't that the truth?
That's how. If you right now, if you was to go look in your closet and you can't readily pick out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 outfits, and you got hundreds of pieces of clothing in there, then you just holding on to stuff to be holding on to stuff. Listen, I understand when I grew up, the way I grew up, part of that is my problem, right? You have I had like a couple shirts, couple pants. One day I had to wear a pair of pants. I think I told this story on the air. They had holes in it to church. When right at the time when I'm smelling myself, you know, for y'all young folks, that means like getting into puberty and wanting girls to like me. And back then you had to look decent, right?
Right.
Now I would have fit right in with the holes in my pants.
Yeah.
But so as an adult, I start getting these things that I can get. Oh, I got this. Maybe I'm gonna go out. I got this color. Let me get it in this color and that color. Let me get all these shoes. Because I didn't have but 1 or 2 pair of shoes when I was growing up. The problem is I still only have 2 feet. Okay, how many pairs of shoes again? I ain't got but 2 feet.
That's it.
And you'll look at shoes. And this is one grandfather's advice was to you this. He said, look, a good pair of shoes will fit you the first time you put them on. Some people get shoes, they don't really feel that good, but they think they're going to wear them in. But there's something, the reason you don't wear them is your mind is telling you, that's not comfort right there. But you won't get rid of it. It'll sit there. It looks good. I got 12 pair of boots. It looks good. I got all these dress shoes. I got all these tennis shoes. It looks good. But it is competing for your attention and it's blocking your natural flow. People wonder why when you go on vacation, right? One of the reasons why you go on vacation and you're feeling good, you're feeling free, one of the reasons is you're away from all that stuff. You don't think about that.
Makes sense.
You're away from all that stuff. We said, well, I left all my troubles in Tulsa. You also left them 300,000 pieces of stuff at the house.
That you got to come back to.
Well, wait a minute, because you probably brought 100 of them with you, but only 100, right?
Right.
But you left 299,900 at the house. So I want to give you some practical, quick tips. Can we do that?
Yeah, I think that's
for decluttering.
Yes.
So there's 2 schools of thoughts. The one thing I read and I heard was said take 15 minutes. Take 15 minutes. Focus on one thing. Today in 15 minutes, I'm gonna clear this drawer.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got to just do it. I'm gonna say
Yes.
this because I read a book called the 5-second rule. I can't remember the author's name, but I remember that. And this works too, because sometimes it's hard to get because motivation can be hard sometimes. You got to do it yourself.
5-second
But
rule.
this worked. The 5-second rule. I read the whole book and it sums up just like this.
I thought that just went for food. Falling on the floor.
Oh, girl.
My mama used to say, get it. It's 5 seconds. Get it. Rinse it off.
I heard you what you're saying. Okay, so in order to do something, and it actually works because I tried it. It says if you need to do something, you've been lamenting doing it, whether it's washing the dishes, making up the bed, or whatever, you're sitting in a chair, you count down from 5. And so when you get to 1, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you get to 1, move your body, get up, and just go do it.
Okay.
And it will, and it works.
Sense.
It works
Does it work?
if you actually physically move after you do your countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and physically do and it get up to go do it. You will do it and get finished. And I've used it a couple of times.
Wow.
That's been a
Yes.
couple of times like, oh my gosh, all them dishes over there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, and then you just get it done. So
Awesome.
sounds so
Huh.
simple, but it works. At
Yeah,
least it worked
I'm
for
gonna try
me.
that.
Yeah, you should.
If so that's the one thing when you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take 1 minute. Take a drawer. Don't ever listen, people. I'm telling y'all right now. Don't say, well, we're going to declutter the whole house.
Oh, that ain't happening.
That's just not going to work.
Not
You're going
gonna
to wear
happen.
yourself out and you're not going to want to get back to it at wherever place you stop, because your mind is going to tell you, oh, that was not fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if you get the little small victories, you choose a drawer. If it's not too bad, you could choose a room, or you can say, I'm gonna do the kitchen, I'm gonna do the bathroom, or whatnot. But you literally can take, if you take 15 minutes of your day, and by the end of the year, you will have put so much time. If you take 15 multiplied by 300, and let's just say 360, because some of them days you ain't gonna do it 365.
Yeah.
Multiplied by 360, right?
Mhm.
You divide that by 9. You probably talking about 40 hours or so of time you done spent decluttering, and you're gonna get somewhere. Now,
Mhm.
I want to tell you that there is, when it comes to clothes, there are two schools of thoughts about getting rid of clothes. If you're like me, and like I said, how I grew up, you got a hard time getting rid of clothes.
That's me.
You're always scared, especially, you know what I did,
What
though?
you scared of? Yeah.
You're scared you're going to need it.
Yeah.
I finally got rid of all my 48 long suits.
Okay.
I said, and one, I kept one, because one was one of my first suits when I started practicing. It's got all, it's
Cinnamon.
first-
Hey, now, yeah.
Cinnamon.
So I'm
about
gonna
it.
hold on to that for a minute till I find somebody worthy of getting it. But I got rid of them, and I said, "Why are you holding on to these suits?" Well, I held on to these suits because I had a history of yo-yoing. Right?
Right.
I'll be 48 long, then I go down to 44 long, and then I'm back up to 48 long.
Right.
So I got these 46 longs, and I'm holding the line. I'm like, this is a good way for me. It's another way, accountability for me to say, oh, wait a minute. You keep stuff in your face, boy, you ain't gonna be able to wear nothing to work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to spend no more money.
That's right. I
Find something
sure
else,
don't.
Right.
I
And
know
so
that's right.
so one thing is, one school of thought is going to your closet and asking yourself, does this give me pleasure? Does it really? What does this do to me when this shirt right here? And then the second thing you want to ask yourself, have I worn it this year? The 1 year rule. Now, I should say 2 years. But really and truly, if you hadn't worn it all year, you're not going to wear it.
That's true.
You might as well bless somebody else that's less fortunate. Now, you ain't got to give it away. You can sell it. There's 3 things you can do with these things. We're talking about these 300,000 things. You can trash it, you can donate it,
Right.
or you can sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have a box, 3 boxes. 1 box, this going in the trash. I don't even know why it's been in here.
Holes in
Yeah.
it and
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
The second box is I'm going to bless somebody with this.
Right.
I'm donating it, giving it away. The third box, man, I'm finna have me a yard sale or a garage sale. When I started decluttering, I saw all this stuff that had tags on them, son.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
I done bought this stuff and thought I was gonna wear it. And for some reason or another, now I'm gonna tell y'all one thing I won't do no more.
Listening. Okay.
I will not buy these clothes without trying them on no more. I
I
finally,
know
go.
that's right.
I
Yes.
finally
yes.
done gave in to that because I'm horrible at taking stuff back.
Me too.
You want to keep yourself decluttered? I'm gonna give you another tip. If you gotta take something back, take it back the same day, the next day at the most.
I agree.
Don't let
Don't
24 hours after you finding out you need to take this back to take it back, because it will sit somewhere. Next thing you know, 30, 60, whatever the days is that you had to take it back done passed, and you ain't getting no money back.
That's right.
You see,
Yep.
and you done lost the receipt. And Home Depot gonna tell you, no, you don't turn in too much stuff with the lost receipt. I'm just
Lord
being
have mercy.
transparent.
I
So
hope
that's just money. That's just money sitting and being wasted.
Yeah.
Trust me. So donate, sell, or trash. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This clutter thing there's another thing that we don't think about when we think about clutter. That's our digital stuff.
Thank you.
that's hitting me because I'm very bad with that.
Not
Me too.
erasing emails.
Mhm.
Not erasing. Even like I noticed I got like so many
20,000 emails.
Yes.
all these emails,
Mhm.
duplicate photos on your
Mhm.
phone, just craziness.
Yes.
And for what? Take your time. Sometimes you say, well, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on erasing emails. Just it's competing for your time. Sons, I know you can attest to this. And this is how I know this really works. When I got to get ready for trial, the first thing I got to do is what, son? What I got to do?
Clear your office, spick and span.
Have to clean up my office.
Yep.
And I don't know
Every time.
why.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, if I just kept it cleaned out and straightened out all the time, how much more would my brain be flowing?
Right. And you'd have a lot more time too, to have to take
Exactly.
time cleaning. So that's why it's important to not just to declutter, but also make sure you got a system in place. Whether it's that don't put it down, put it away thing, or stop accumulating stuff. Just be very conscious, because a lot of times we're on autopilot. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You can do stuff and don't. And that's why you're like, oh, I just had this in my hand. Where did I put it?
Wow.
We are just on autopilot, and we're not being mindful of everything that we do. And there's some exercises to do that too. I bought a book about mindfulness. I have not read it yet because I'm just all over the place. But I did see a couple of things about, like, even when you pick up a pencil or something, how does that pencil feel in your hand? I'll just be mindful of everything you're doing. That way, when you set it down, I have to sometimes say, I'm setting this on the kitchen counter, then walk away. Then, you put it in your mind, that's where it is. I don't know, that might be an old folk thing because I'm getting older, but we have to be mindful.
And little things like your keys. If I don't put my keys in the same place when I come into the house, I put it in the exact same place, because a couple of times I didn't. I'm like, what did I do with my keys? So just little things like that.
I'm gonna tell you, growing up in a house with 6 kids and 2 adults, and not always having the right amount of bedrooms, you have to be. My mom was, everything has a place and everything better be back in its place. Everything has a place and everything better be back in its place. You finish using this, you put it back where you got it from.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
I got it
every time. And that's how you keep it. Matthew Lindsay is ragging me about my lost receipts.
You got a lot of experience.
Yeah, I do have a lot of experience in lost receipts. And Cheryl gave a good idea. She says, once a week she cleans out her emails and photos.
Oh, that's
once
a good idea.
And so that's another thing.
She got a system in place.
A system in place. Yes. Thank you, Cheryl and Matt, for that.
Yeah.
I feel so much better about myself, Matt.
But you know what? And I think people don't think about that, having systems for stuff, because I think we have this notion that we should automatically be able to do this stuff without giving it any thought.
Right.
Okay, I want to be an organized person and stuff. You think it comes naturally, but you do have to put some effort into it.
Really do.
Once you put that effort into it, then it becomes normal for you, and then you don't have to put in that effort. I always have to bring up Mackenzie and stuff. It's like, I know this is hard, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
That's
and
right.
then it will be second nature. Yeah. All right. So, and it looks like Cheryl has her cleaning her stuff out every weekend. Second nature. That's good.
She's doing it. She says, keep it, drop your keys off at the door. They get hung up at the door. That way, where are my keys? They where they are when you came in the house.
That's
right. Stuff like that. So, it's very important. It's very important for us to understand that our personal homes are our personal business. It's business.
Yes.
And we should treat it like we would an outside business. In other words, there should be systems in place in the home. We should just treat like whatever happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get whatever happens. You're not gonna get what you're looking for.
That's right.
All right, y'all. Listen, I hope you got something out of that. We're gonna circle back to that if we need to. We're moving on. Again, I want to send a shout out, let you know where you're hearing us from. KBOB 89.9 FM and a bunch of electronic media, platforms, digital platforms.
I gotcha.
So you can be listening to us on YouTube or Facebook and all that good stuff.
89.9 radio, everything.
Awesome. So listen, for those of you that hadn't been listening, I'm telling you, you need to go and take a look and listen to this whole Dr. Fauci. I said it right that time. Fauci. Dr. Fauci and this COVID-19 thing. Sometimes life gets complicated. Sometimes the law does too. Whether it's criminal defense or family matters or anything, you can give us a call at Manning Law Firm.
That's
and
right.
we can help you out. That's all I'm going to say about that. But on yesterday, July 29, 2026, Dr. Anthony Fauci appeared before the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee. The chairman of that committee is Senator Rand Paul. What happened was striking. Dr. Fauci invoked the Fauci.
Thank you.
Dr. Anthony AF, invoked his Fifth Amendment rights. How many times you guess, Kim?
It was 101
Plus.
times,
Oh
100 and
gosh.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my
What
gosh.
color is your tie?
Yeah, come on
I,
now.
plead the Fifth.
On the advice of counsel, he did it, and after he gave this statement that said, "It seemed like y'all hell bent on prosecute me." Basically, is what he said. No, he said Senator Rand Paul had an obsession with trying to prosecute him. So, as I was watching that, that wasn't even on my radar. So it made me have to research what in the world are they talking about. First of all, let me just tell y'all something out there. And if you don't know this in the legal community, if somebody has been pardoned for something, that doesn't necessarily tell you that something is wrong. You don't get pardoned for nothing. You get pardoned for committing crimes.
Right.
So if the president of the United States has pardoned you, like he did with his son, there's some wrongdoing involved.
Oh yeah.
And it's coming. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this pardon on you, so you don't have to worry about that. I want y'all to understand, if y'all don't know, Dr. Fauci previously received a pardon from President Biden.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. What would he have received a pardon for? I don't know if y'all remember back in 2020. Y'all remember back in 2020? There were some questions when there was supposed to be this conservative conspiracy that said that all this COVID stuff had a lab origin. What do you mean by lab origin? Well, that meant that this virus was not just some freak of nature. That the coronavirus studies in Wuhan labs is the most likely place where it leaked from. Dr. Fauci said we didn't fund any what they call for gain funding.
Gain of function
funding. Thank you so much for correcting me on that. So we didn't do it. Turned out that was a lie. Turned out it was absolute stone cold lie. And then his own diaries, if you read his own diaries show some glee in his ability to have stuff shut down.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He was like, "Oh yeah, I got them to
I got them to close the schools."
He was proud.
Oh, he said that?
Yes,
like that. I got them too.
It's in his diaries.
It's in his
wow
emails and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want y'all to see y'all too. He just got kicked
on me. But did he do that because it was necessary, or are you saying it because?
No. Here's the thing, he was bragging, and then the most troubling thing of it is y'all do know that through this whole thing, Dr. Anthony Fauci has made hundreds of millions, buku money. I ain't even gonna tell you I ain't gonna say the amount because I've heard different amounts.
Yeah.
Buku money. You know how he made this money? Because apparently, if you help, even though you're using all the government's resources, these researchers, and you come up with the vaccine, you get to get the patent, and the patent belongs to you. So you make the money off people using the patent to produce these vaccines. So he had
and that's wrong.
Yeah, he had a what the word I'm trying to use? I'm saying like Mr. Crump. He had a bias, a motive.
Don't they all?
A motive to keep 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, keep the place closed. Meanwhile, they know it's coming out that they had to have known more than what they were claiming they knew when it started. And you got all these people dying.
Right.
Okay. And you have all these businesses that fail because you were shutting people down.
Right.
You got things that happen. Like I was just reading a story where a family who didn't believe in vaccinations wanted to go see their son play, or their son's friend play football. So the family was very aware that they weren't going to be wearing no mask during this corona thing. So that what they did was they went to the stadium, they sat on the far end away from everybody. Now, this is people that live in the house and interact with each other in the house without a mask.
Right.
So they went and sat far away. Once security guards saw them, they all wind up because they refused to put a mask on. They all wind up going. Now, you're struggling with these people to jail.
Okay,
yeah, I was about to get there. Now, you're struggling with these people and wrestling with them. You're so scared that.
Yeah, what happened to the 6 feet away, 6 to 8 feet away? They were way far away.
Way far away. But I'm just saying things like that happen. People lost their job. They lost their job in the military because there was an order, you got to take this vaccination, you're going to lose your job. Some of the postal service workers talked about it. Some people just flat out said, well, you're going to fire me, just fire me. I'm not putting this stuff in my blood. Turns out, again, that it appears more and more to me that this was no accident, that the coronavirus deal was no accident, that if you follow, folks say always follow the money.
Right.
Yeah. If you follow the money, you realize that we had a great shift in wealth during this time. Big old great shift in wealth. And by the way, our taxpayers, we took on a heck of a lot more burden because all this money that they was printing, it's just ain't no and giving away free.
Yeah.
This money we have to pay back.
That's right.
This money as taxpayers, we're going to have to suck up. And we are already trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. So anyway.
Well, here was one thing that I thought was always crazy because how they were so rough on people who didn't get vaccinated, like you're killing us and stuff. But at the same time, you said if you get the vaccine, you can't get it and you can't pass it on. So if somebody comes to you that doesn't have the vaccine, how are they a threat to you? If you're vaccinated and it won't do anything and you can't get it,
if you're around
why
someone,
are we so down on people who don't get the vaccine? They're not killing you if you're
vaccinated.
Yeah. Right. But that wasn't really
that's
true.
A lie. That wasn't really true because you had people that got the vaccine that got COVID. So anyway, I want to say this. I really want the law portion because, well, listen, we'll just talk right here for just a minute more. I am sick and tired. I mean, like really, really sick and tired. Listen, I'm all for we got to work together. There's germs out here. There's germs. Wash your hands and do things. There's germs. There's some things we're going to catch. There's some things. But if you pay attention to some of this stuff where big money get involved, then you got to know that some of this just don't seem to be right. I was reading something the other day that said that when measles got to its lowest level is when we come up with the vaccination and then start making everybody take it. And I wish I had the numbers in front of me and I would tell you, but it's not that I'm just so on everything anti-vaccine or anything like this. It's not that, but I see how quick we are as a people to let the government tell us what to do. They had us around here looking like crazy. When you see some of that 20 to 20 with all these masks on,
right?
It just really looked crazy. And I'm gonna tell y'all something so funny. This is a little bit off the subject. I said, now all that time they was telling us to mask up, we were still going to the bank. But now the bank got them little signs out there talking about no mask, no hoodies, no glasses, no hats. The signs are back up now.
Yeah.
So where'd coronavirus go? Did we just kill it? Where'd it go? Where is it? Come on now. We don't eradicate it off the planet.
I understand what you're saying, but and this is just getting off point just a little bit. But what about this increase in the measles that's going around
That's what
because
they
people
say.
are not vaccinating their kids.
That's what they say.
Say.
That's what they say. You may want to take a closer look at it. Once again, like I tell you, when they're telling you these things, take a close look. I'm gonna give you an example of what statistics can show. All right. They're talking about there's coming up soon, and this just to give an example. They're talking about how black women make 65 cents to other folks' dollar, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, show me the study.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the study, and I like, this study don't account for job choices. It don't account for years of experience or none of that. It just simply says, okay, this is what black women made, and this is what another group made divided by whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't no type of equal comparison. Show me the salary of a black doctor at St. Francis and a white doctor at St. Francis, or an Indian doctor at St. Francis, or a Hispanic doctor at St. Francis, with the same expertise and the same time in the field. Show me these. Because I can tell you right, there ain't no money disparity from men and women at Max Wings on the different jobs. It's going to be based on what the experience, right? What you bring to the table and where you at. And then another part of that is, what does that have to do with it? What part of that do we own? One of the biggest mistakes I ever made my first time, the job I got, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they said, I knew they wanted to hire me, I was just happy I'm getting hired. When they slipped that paper in front of me, what they were offering me and what my benefits was going to be, I knew that I wasn't supposed to accept that, because I'd gone through business courses and whatnot. But I'm just going to give y'all a number. Well, I'll give you the actual number. This is in 1988.
Okay.
The offer was $30,000 plus this much in benefit and blah, blah, blah. So the package came out to be $38,000. You know what I did?
What?
Took it.
No.
You didn't? Oh, okay.
No, I wasn't supposed to take it.
I
knew that.
I thought you went against what you were supposed to do.
No, I wasn't supposed to take it. I scratched through, wrote a number 5% higher. 5%, son.
Yeah.
5% higher.
Okay.
And pushed it back.
And they said, yep.
They said, done.
He's like, I should have done it higher.
Oh, yeah, should have been a little bit higher.
And then, instantly, I felt that way. Instantly. Yeah. But I didn't know my worth. Now, I'm coming from 9 months from and being when I got promoted, 9 months, I get into a job, created two jobs, two different people, me and a dude by the name of David. He was going to be doing the northern half, the southern half. I was going to be doing the northern half of the United States plus Canada and the Pacific Islands. Same position, same time in. I found out after about 7 months that he made about $15,000 a year more than I did. Now, in Milliken and Company, you have mentors. That's who I was working with first. I run to the mentor with my chip on my shoulder, because I had some information I wasn't supposed to have. This guy's making $15,000 more than me. You know what happened?
What?
When he got offered the same thing I got offered when he got in, his number wasn't 5%. His number was 30%.
Whoa.
He asked for 30% more. So he was staying at a 30% more click on me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, people, sometimes it's about what we know, because HR is designed to pay you enough to keep you, not enough that you make so much money you can go away. They're designed to pay you just enough to make you happy, to stay with you. And if your negotiating skills, and that's a subset, that's a set we got to teach our kids.
Yes.
Know your worth. All right. So I said I got off on that rabbit trail when I was talking about an example of how statistics. So if you was to show my salary doing the same job as David's salary, people would automatically say, oh, that's discrimination.
It's the first thing came to my mind.
And it was not discrimination. It was Mike Manning not doing what he was taught to do. And I know that little 5, I know I should have, but I was scared. I was scared I was not going to get the offer.
All they can do is say no.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was afraid. I'm just going to tell you like this. I was afraid. And let the truth be told, I was happy with what they had offered me. I had some friends that was leaving college making $18,000, $20,000 a year. And so I was like, oh, this is good. You know, back then it was all right.
Yeah.
Well, I have a legal question because I've been seeing a lot here about, this is back to Dr. Fauci pleading the fifth.
Yes.
And so there are some legal experts that are saying that he really can't do that because he's already been pardoned.
Right.
He is not in any jeopardy of being prosecuted for whatever comes out. So he can't legally plead the fifth. Is there?
Really?
Is it? Well, that's what there's some people are arguing. I don't know if that's
you
true.
can always still plead the fifth, even if you've been pardoned. The problem becomes if you do that, now you subject yourself to contempt charges because of the fact you don't have that so you don't have that incrimination factor that could lead to prosecution. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm glad we're talking about this because in Dr. Fauci's case,
thank you.
if you read his pardon, some experts would say he's not totally covered.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't read it. But some experts would say he's not totally covered. It's probably what he's hearing from you. Do y'all realize this dude got one of the best criminal defense lawyers in the business? Yeah. Now, why would you go hire a criminal defense lawyer if you don't think? I'm talking about this dude probably charging $4,000-$5,000 an hour. This ain't no.
And he's not supposed to be interrupting or saying anything. The questions were directed to Dr. Fauci, and one of the senators, I don't know if it was Rand, he had to put him in his place.
Oh, that was another drama.
Yeah,
it was another drama.
But you know, this intent.
He asked Fauci. They asked them to turn around and look at the people because they apparently there were people in when they talk about was this a farce and how much they lost and all that. Stand up if this affected any of you. And there's all these people standing up. One of the senators asked him to turn around and take a look at the people behind you. And his lawyer leaned in and said something to him and he would not turn around.
Wow.
He would not turn around and look at the people.
Wow.
So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Interesting.
I was just going to bring on, I was looking on here, the intent of the pardon was designed by the outgoing administration to protect Fauci from potential politically motivated federal prosecutions or investigations by the incoming Trump administration regarding pandemic response policies, lockdowns, and virus origin inquiries.
Right. So everybody's going to put their own spin on it. But here's the deal. Here's the deal, plain and simple. You don't get you just like everybody know that the Biden boy did something wrong. I mean, come on now. If there's any family in the United States that got enough money to be able to hire a good lawyer, if you're innocent, to make sure that people don't, it's gonna be them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have money.
That's right.
All right. So to do the pardon, which he said he would not do. He wasn't going to pardon Hunter, right? Y'all remember
He
that?
said that. Yeah,
he sure did.
But what he said he wasn't going to do it.
He sure did. Say he's going to suffer the consequences.
But he did. So we know we know
Which is
what's up there. And
well,
they
you know,
do
presidents do that. Look what.
But what I'm trying to tell you is what I'm saying is. You know, the question of legacy is already being written. History is been written. We, and myself included, because I let myself get injected twice. Okay. And we don't know what we subjected ourselves to. We really don't. Because if you're gonna lie to me about this stuff, what else can I really truly believe you on? Yeah, we for all we know, we might have not got nothing. We could have got like a water shot. I don't know.
Placebo, huh?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I will tell you, it's really kind of.
You feel the same way about flu shots?
I don't take flu shots.
Oh, okay, so you feel the same way then?
No, I feel like this. First of all, if you telling me, giving me a little bit of something that's going to help me become immune to it, because basically that's what these things are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I've had the flu before.
Mm-hmm.
So now what?
Well, you
And
know,
then-
there's different strains.
That's
Well,
true.
But the
I know I'm gonna
COVID
get sick.
vaccine was not like the general vaccine, give you
Right.
a little bit of it or whatever. It was the mRNA. Can't
Mhm.
explain that to you, but it was totally different. So
Yes.
But anyway, like I said, I'm not just do what you want to do, but don't be trying to make me do something that you want me to do in the name of lying about it. You understand? I just when if you lose your integrity, it's so real. This week in church, the Bible in a year, it deals with leadership.
Mm.
And the thing I love that jumped out is that God picks leaders based on their character.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, not on your ability, but your willingness to put aside all these things that makes a man wicked in order to be fit to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make you qualified.
Mm.
I'll make you qualified. I'll make you be. A lot of folks don't know Moses had a speech impediment.
Mm.
Could you imagine that? Here the dude, this the dude you picked to tell Pharaoh to let us go.
That's why
I
he
don't
had
know
his
which
brother,
impediment
Aaron.
was, but when he said to the Lord, I can't believe we go take Aaron.
Take Aaron.
But I need what you have
Mm-hmm.
in you in order to get this thing done. Anyway, I don't want to go there. So what I'm saying is, when people that's making decisions over us, I'd like for them on the inside to have some convictions and whatnot. And that's everybody. I mean, that's everybody from the bottom to the top. And so I will say that. All right. So we talked about the law, and I was going to get to that First Amendment, and I hope everybody understand what the Fifth Amendment is all about. And the Fifth Amendment says we have a right as people not to incriminate ourselves. You can't make me testify against myself. That's in any hearing. So we have a right to do that. But those rights can be coupled with this fact. Once you've been pardoned, like he has, and like I said, some people there's some discussion as to whether or not he's fully covered. Then you open yourself up to contempt charges, because you must then answer the questions if they're not going to incriminate you. And they can't incriminate you if you can't be punished.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that plays out. I know there's some people that's not going to let that slide. I mean, at least that's what they're saying.
right. And I think this whole case is a good reminder that we should always be looking for facts, not opinions. We should be looking at facts objectively without our emotions affecting it.
Yes.
And those are just are important things for young men who, we want this show to be directed to think about those things. Do not think or lead with your emotions. Lead with facts, research, and open-mindedness to like, oh, I could be wrong. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we all have to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the connection. Decluttering is all about getting rid of what no longer serves you, so that you can have a clear path toward your goals and whatever it is that you need to succeed. In a way, the Senate hearing we talked about is decluttering the historical record. Want to make it right, want to make it authentic. And there was an opportunity. If what Dr. Fauci was doing is so noble, he had an opportunity to speak out in this hearing and set the record straight. And so if what he was doing is so noble, then I believe he got some bad advice. Now I'll also say though, I can't wait to read the diary, because I'm just seeing these snippets. Don't make it seem like what he was doing was so noble. But the decluttering and then the law period, both of them force us to ask the same question, right? What kind of legacy are we actually leaving? When we die, or when we step, out of our role, and history looks back on us 20 years from now, I tell people all the time, one of the reasons why I'm happy to do this show is because I from time to time, I get a real hankering to want to hear my mom's voice and hear some of her
Yes.
advice. I have to call on memory to do that. Because although she was taped and videotaped extensively, apparently there was some mishandling of that material, and we don't have it. We no longer have it. So don't let me go back down that road.
Yeah.
So anyway, and with this format, I want my kids, they can hear what I thought. And maybe what I thought from year 1 to year 15 might be slightly different. And when I say different, I may have grown. I hope that I grow in my understanding of what's going on. So,
Right.
So when we die, we step out our road history. What remains? The excess stuff we never dealt with, the half-truths or the unanswered questions, or a life that was intentionally cleared so the important things could be seen.
Right.
All right. You wanted to add?
Oh no,
right
yeah,
there?
I was just gonna say, because I'm always talking about we're talking about the young men. So some good, and this is good advice for everybody, not just the young man. So make sure that you declutter, because clutter steals your time. You can't get time back, and often organized people are going to leave organized families, and you definitely want that. When it comes to information, make sure that you're decluttering, and not just believing stuff before you've checked it out yourself.
Yes.
Check out all sides, and also, and that also comes to finances. It doesn't matter if you're talking about your finances, if you're talking about just your documents and your space, your history, everything. Just I think organization is a wonderful thing, and it's not necessarily natural unless you have some people that are born into a family. You ever seen a kid that was, especially sometimes those kids in China, they have such great dexterity, and they put things up exactly where they're supposed to be. They do things very neatly. They write neatly. There's no mess that they're making and all of that. There's some people that are raised to be naturally like that. It wasn't natural. It was taught.
That's right.
And so if we didn't have that necessarily to that extreme, then we can do it ourselves. Just make sure you're deliberate about it. Right.
Let me tell you, forever in a day, if my nephew, Gartrell, is his last name, Dexter on his first name. His dad's name is Derek Gartrell. If he's welcome to visit me anytime, anywhere, this guy at the age of 3 and 4 had such a very neat way about him. Even when he took a bath, he had his towel, he brushed, he did his teeth and everything, and he put everything back so neat. And he's been taught.
Yes.
You understand?
Right.
Didn't leave a mess, no water spots, nothing. He'd been taught.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
And so you can teach, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna make mention. Did we ever touch on the emotional clutter? Resentment, guilt, and holding things in, and that clutter right there could be overwhelming.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of what cluttering do to you.
Yes.
Y'all, I looked up and see we running out of time. So I'm going to get to the application portion real quick. So this week, this is my challenge to you. This week, I want you to declutter one physical space in your home, just one.
Okay.
Declutter one. It could be, this nightstand, drawer, or whatnot, or it could be a bedroom or a bathroom, or declutter a closet. Declutter one space in your home.
I got a lot of choices.
Yeah. Commit yourself doing that. Then ask yourself, is there any area of my life, relationships, finances, or old grudges, unspoken truths, that needs the same treatment? Is there any area of my life that needs to have a Senate hearing so we can get things straight? Okay.
Yeah.
So take that one physical space, one either relationship, finances, whatever.
Emotional space.
There you go.
Emotional. Yeah.
And both of these are going to help you mentally. And finally, if someone held a hearing on your life 20 years from now, I want you to ask yourself, what would they say? Would the record be clear? If I died today, would I be leaving a mess for my kids to clean up? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We don't get to write the final chapter of our legacy, because somebody gonna put us away, right? We can suggest all we want to suggest, but somebody's gonna put us away. And when they put us away, let's make it easy for them. All right. Hey, look, I think that's our time on In the Know Lifelong Legacy. clear the clutter, seek the truth, leave a name worth remembering. Remember Proverbs 22:1 said a good name is worth more than riches, basically is what it's saying. So thank you to Max Wings, still the best wings in Tulsa. Thank you to Bobby Eaton, KBOB 89.9, and Manning Law Firm. And listen, we'll be back here next Thursday at 4 p.m., same place, same time, doing this same thing. All right? Now.
And when you declutter your life and self, you are in the know.
In the know.
As we wrap up another insightful episode of In the Know, remember that the journey to success is a collective effort. Share the wisdom, spread the knowledge, and let's build a legacy together. Join us next time for more invaluable insights that empower, inform, and inspire. This is In the Know, Life, the Law, and Legacy, where we shape today to create a prosperous tomorrow. Stay informed, stay empowered.